Lionel Messi, the price of greatness. Lionel Messi is a dead man. Wait, no, hold up, that's not what I mean. What I actually mean is that he's one of the greatest players to ever lace up a pair of boots and step onto a football pitch. The guy is a legend, a magician with the ball, someone who makes the impossible look routine. But all that success, all those Ballon d'Or trophies, all this jaw-dropping goals, they come with a heavy price tag. And because of that, Messi's been catching hate from all corners of the globe, including from his own teammates. Yeah, you heard that right. The little Argentine wizard, beloved by millions, has rubbed some big egos the wrong way. Today, we are diving deep into the stories of Messi's biggest haters, from club rivals to international foes and even legends of the game. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride through drama, beef, and some seriously shady moments in football history. Let's kick things off with one of the most outspoken strikers ever, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Let's rewind the clock to 2010. Messi was absolutely on fire at Barcelona, scoring goals left, right, and center, popping up in every highlight reel like he owned the sport. But even the great Pep Guardiola, the mastermind behind that tiki-taka dynasty, realized that Messi couldn't do it all alone. Opponents were zeroing in on him, marking him out of games, roughing him up with tackles that looked more like wrestling moves. So Pep decided to bring in some serious reinforcements, a towering 6'5" solution straight from Sweden, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. On paper, this guy was a cheat code. Imagine Zlatan in your FIFA Ultimate Team, insane strength, acrobatic follies, that trademark arrogance that made him a fan favorite. But on the actual pitch at Camp Nou, things didn't click quite like everyone hoped. Zlatan started strong, no doubt. He scored some bangers, linked up well in a few matches. But soon he was struggling to find his rhythm in Barcelona's intricate system. It felt like he was a square peg in a round hole. The team was built around Messi, and Zlatan began to feel like sidelined, like he was just there to draw defenders away from the little maestro. After a couple months, the frustration boiled over, and Zlatan couldn't hold it in anymore. He spilled the beans to the world in interviews and even in his autobiography. He described it like a childhood dream turning sour. "It started well until Messi began to talk," Zlatan said. Apparently, Messi wanted to shift positions to play more centrally, and that meant Zlatan got sacrificed, pushed out wide or benched. Zlatan went full rage mode, accusing the whole team of being Messi slaves, saying they only passed to him and ignored everyone else. Can you imagine the locker room tension? It's like being in a band where the lead singer hogs all the solos. Pep had to make a tough call. He couldn't have two alphas clashing like that. So just a couple months later, Zlatan was shipped out on loan to AC Milan, and eventually the move became permanent. That turned Messi into public enemy number one in Zlatan's eyes. No handshakes, no friendly jabs, the beef was real. And honestly, if I were Messi, I'd be a bit intimidated too. Zlatan's 41 now, retired from playing, but the dude still ripped like a Marvel superhero. Meanwhile, I'm in my 20s, sitting here scripting videos, and I look like I just rolled out of a vending machine round and full of snacks. Zlatan's legacy lives on, but so does that grudge. It's a reminder that even in the beautiful game, egos can turn ugly fast. Kylian Mbappe. After Zlatan's dramatic exit, you might think that was the end of Messi's team day troubles. Nah, fast forward 11 years, and Messi was dealing with something even bigger, a full-blown club crisis. In 2021, Barcelona hit a financial iceberg. Debts piled up, salaries couldn't be paid, and for a hot minute, Messi was a free agent. Clubs from Manchester to Miami were lining up, throwing ridiculous offers his way. But Paris Saint-Germain, with their oil money war chest, moved like lightning. They announced the deal, snagged Messi's signature, and suddenly the GOAT was strutting into the Parc des Princes. New club, new city, new vibes, and unfortunately a new enemy. At PSG, Messi quickly became the face of the franchise. We're talking badge day promotions, sponsorship deals, billboards everywhere with his smiling face. But before Messi showed up, there was already a king in town, Kylian Mbappe. The French phenom was the undisputed star, the golden boy with the club wrapped around his finger. Teammates, coaches, and even owners were giving him the royal treatment. But now with Messi still in the spotlight, Mbappe was bumped to second fiddle, and let's just say he wasn't too thrilled about it. For a while, Kylian played it cool, all smiles in press conferences, but cracks started showing. Then came the infamous moment during the league match against Montpellier. Mbappe makes this blistering run, expecting the ball from Messi, but Leo doesn't spot him, or maybe chooses not to pass. Mbappe loses it right there on the pitch. Instead of waiting for halftime or sorting it out in private, he straight up shoves Messi. Boom! Cameras catch it in crystal clear 4K and social media explodes. Tweets, memes, fan theories everywhere. Mbappe tried to downplay it later, calling it just heat of the moment. But come on, the damage was done, the world saw the beef, and it fueled rumors that Mbappe straight up resents Messi for overshadowing him. Fast forward to the summer, and Mbappe signs his mega extension with PSG, one that reportedly gives him input on transfers and club decisions. Coincidence? Maybe that's why Messi dipped out to Inter Miami without renewing his contract. The dynamic between these two generational talents was electric on the field. Think of their World Cup final showdown, but off it appeared tension. It's like watching two lions fight for the pride's leadership. Mbappe's young, ambitious, and hungry for the throne Messi once held. Hey, it might be a strong word, but jealousy? Oh, it's there, simmering just below the surface. Mauro Icardi. Messi beefing with teammates at club level is wild enough, but when it spills over to the national team, that's next level drama. Let's talk about the build-up to the 2018 World Cup in Russia. Argentina's coach at the time, Jorge Sampaio, had a stacked attack to pick from. World-class talents everywhere. But one name kept buzzing in the media, Mauro Icardi. The guy was tearing it up at Inter Milan, banging in goals like it was nothing, leading the Serie scoring charts. Everyone assumed he'd be a lock for the squad. Then the final list drops, and boom, Icardi's name is nowhere to be found. Massive shocker. When reporters pressed him on it, he didn't hold back. I didn't make the list because I don't fit into Messi's clique, he basically said. I don't get along with Leo, and that got me blackballed. Whoa, that's a bombshell accusation, implying Messi has veto power over selections. Icardi later walked it back a bit, claiming they're on good terms now, but actions talk about it in the words. In over 5 years, Icardi's only made 6 appearances for Argentina. 6! I've probably scored more goals in my local Sunday League pickup games than that. And trust me, I'm no striker. It's suspicious, right? Wide man should prove a goal scorer unless there's personal friction. This isn't isolated. Messi's history with strikers has some patterns. Maybe it's the pressure of being the captain, the face of the nation, but it seems like anyone who challenges his status gets the cold shoulder. Icardi moved on, joining Galatasaray, and still scoring, but that World Cup snub, it'll haunt him forever. For Messi, it's just another chapter in the book of rivalries that come with being at the top. Gary Medel. The Netherlands weren't the only ones feeling the heat from Messi in international play. Plus back to 2019 Copa America semifinal. Argentina versus Chile. These two teams have history, rivalries built on finals and grudges. Just 37 minutes in, something sparks off. Messi and Gary Medel, the tough Chilean defender, known as the pit bull, get into it. A shoulder barge turns into a shoving match, words are exchanged, and suddenly both are seeing red. Literally, as the ref sends them off. Medel exploded, claiming Messi started it all up a sneaky bout. Post-match, he didn't mince words. Messi just respected me. Chile crashed out, missing the final, and Medel hasn't forgiven Leo since. At least Medel's hate has a clear trigger, a red card moment. But some haters, they just seem out for blood. No reason needed. Pepe. Messi at Barcelona was untouchable, a nightmare for defenders. In El Clasico clashes against Real Madrid, opponents had just schemed double teams just to slow him down. But Pepe, the Portuguese center back, took it to savage levels. Knee-high tackles, stomping on fingers during set pieces, verbal abuse mid-game. Pepe did it all to rattle Messi. It was brutal, almost personal. Like Pepe saw Messi's brilliance as a direct threat to his ego. Those matches were wars, and Pepe was the enforcer. Sergio Ramos. But Pepe is just one side of the coin. The other, Messi's ultimate nightmare, Sergio Ramos. In 2021, when these two became teammates at PSG, it felt like a glitch in the Matrix. Enemies turned allies overnight. Ramos, the eternal Real Madrid captain, made a career out of stopping Messi. He'd hack him down, frustrate him with niggling fouls, even insult his family to get under his skin. Compilations of their battles on YouTube, they're endless. Hours of WWE drama on the pitch. Now at PSG, they shared laughs and training sessions, but the history lingers. Ramos' job was to neutralize threat, and Messi was the biggest. The rivalry defined an era of El Clasicos full of red cards, goals, and pure intensity. Teammates now, sure, but the heat from those McCree days, it doesn't vanish. Pele. As big as those battles were, they paled next to Messi's biggest hater, the king himself. Pele, the Brazilian icon, scored over 1,000 goals, won 3 World Cups, the only player ever, and when he talks, the football world listens. On his 71st birthday, reporters asked about Messi. Expect praise? No, barely tore in. Messi's incomplete because he can't use his head will. I'd rather play with Neymar. Savage! Fans cried jealousy, especially as Messi chased Pele's records. Messi fired back. I'd never seen Pele play. Pele clubbed back even harder. I'll send him a video of Pele Eterno. Boom! Legendary shade. Pele has since passed, but the debate rages. Was it envy or honest critique? Either way, it's the ultimate hater moment. There you have it, the price Messi pays for greatness. From Zlatan's ego clash to Pele's throne defense. Hate follows the GOAT. If this got you hyped, smash that subscribe button. We've got more football drama coming in. Peace out.